everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me. Happy New Year, happy 2020. Hope that the year has started out well for you, and if it hasn't, it's all good. It will, it's fine. My first video of the year, of the new decade. In today's video, I have created this makeup look for you, and I've shown you how, if you would like to do it, you could do it. And people seem to like it, so I thought, do you know what? I'm gonna make a video because it's all about pushing myself out of my comfort zone. So that's what I have for you today, this look. And yes, I hope you like it. Please like, comment and subscribe now, because I know you'll most likely like the video and I know you're gonna come back, so join the squad. Hi again everyone. So I've already done my eyebrows and I'm just cleaning them up using my concealer. This was supposed to be a chit chat makeup tutorial, but I changed my mind, so we're doing a voiceover, my first voiceover. And I'm next going to prime my eyelids for the eyeshadow, and I take my Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Honey, and I use that, and then I take my Real Techniques expert concealer brush and blend that out. I really like the brush. It's nice to blend out concealer if like you're not a fan of using sponges, and I think it's good for your eyes. I also have a cold brewing, so if I sound weird at times, I'm sorry. I'm trying to rebook it. But yeah, if I sound a bit like odd or like I can't breathe properly, it's because of that. Next, I'm going to do my eyeshadow. So I'm going to be using the Revolution and Patricia Bright collaboration eyeshadow palette in the eyeshadow palette called Rich in Life, and I'm taking the color No Days Off and using that as my transition shade. I forgot to do this in a video, but I usually, after I've done my concealer, I usually use my Laura Mercier translucent powder to set my eyes, just so that everything just stays on and looks very nice. Next, I'm going in with 100% Cocoa, and this is a nice brown, which is gonna help bring the look to life. And yeah, I'm just blending that all over my eye and making it look super cute. Now that I've used the colour 100% Cocoa, I'm going to be using the shade Booked and Busy, and it's a lovely burgundy colour, and I'm using that first. I'm going to place it first on the outer crease of my eyelid and then bringing it in and just having that back and forth motion. Also, I'm sorry if I don't use the greatest terminology at times. I'm a new makeup enthusiast, but hopefully you'll be able to understand what I mean from watching the video. But yeah, so I just take Booked and Busy and I'm just adding that as another shade to the look, because it's a lovely burgundy, and I really do like this eyeshadow palette. I feel like it has so many different colors for like neutral kind of looks, but also if you want to do color. And yeah, I feel like as a beginner palette, if like you wanted to get something from like the drugstore, the high street, then I think this one is definitely a good one to buy. As you can see, with the colour 100% Cocoa and Booked and Busy, I didn't take both of the colours all the way down on my eyelid. I kind of tried to keep it more so on like the outer part in the crease, just to, you know, bring some depth into the look. And I done that because when I done this look before, I actually cut my crease and then done the following shade that you'll see very soon. But I decided not to do that this time, and because of that I left the part of my eyelid, like closer to my lash line, bare, just so that when I do use the next shade, then I can kind of create more of a cut crease effect. So I'm taking the shade Biggest Fan, and it's this lovely peachy orange color, and I'm going to create the illusion of a cut crease without actually doing a cut crease. I think if you wanted to do a cut crease, then you could, but it's not really essential. But yeah, like I said before, when I've done this look before, I cut the crease and then I decided not to, and I like how it looks either way. But I think if I was pressed for time, then I wouldn't cut my crease. I would just use the eyeshadow to create the illusion of a cut crease, but also still, you know, blend it out just so that it's nice and soft for the soft glam look. Next, I'm going to go back in with 100% Cocoa and Booked and Busy and just dab in between the two colours to go back over where I put in the colour Biggest Fan, just to blend it out and make it look a bit more seamless and soften up the overall look so that it is very much so a soft glam look. So next, I'm going to apply my eyelashes, and these are from eBay. They're in the style 3D53, and this will be linked in the description box below. And as you can see, you get 5 pairs of eyelashes in the set. They are very full, so I did actually cut them down a bit. Next, I'm going to use the YSL Touche Eclat Blur Primer, and the primer is okay, but I do want to buy another one. So please let me know if you have any recommendations or what ones are your faves. Next, I set my face using the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I take my Real Techniques blending sponge and I set around my mouth because I can get really deep crease lines where I'm quite expressive when I talk. I also set it on my nose and my forehead, and this is a little trick that I learned from Jackie Aina, Auntie Jackie. Next, I'm doing my foundation, and I use the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear foundation. I think I can't remember if that's what it's called, but it will be in the description box. And I'm in the shade Tahoe. I usually use Lancome, but in the shade 8, just for reference if anyone wanted to know. But I recently tried the NARS and I really liked it. And yeah, I really like the finish that it has because it has a nice golden undertone to it. And I sometimes struggle with foundation to find an undertone that matches me, because sometimes it can be a bit neutral and I want something that's a bit more warm to my skin. And my forehead is a lot darker than the rest of my face, so I want it all to balance out. And I'm using my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush to apply the foundation. Next, I'm doing my concealer, and I use the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Honey. I really like this concealer, and I just apply it to my areas that I want to highlight and conceal, so under my eyes, my forehead and my chin. I think the Honey is a nice colour for me, and the consistency of this concealer is really nice. I do let it sit for about 5 minutes just so that I guess it's a bit more effective. I mean, I'm just doing this based on like what other people do, and it seems to work. So yeah, I just do that and just blend it all out. I'm going to set my under eye and everywhere else I concealed using my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm just pressing all of that in. And then next I'm going to go back in with the 2 shades that we used for this eye look, so 100% Cocoa and Booked and Busy, and I'm using my classic shader brush, and I'm using that to kind of define and bring colour to the look on my lower lash line, and I think it's just a nice way to bring the whole look together. I'm also using the Mua Amplify Mascara for my lower lashes. I'm going to be using the Mua bronzer in the shade Sunkiss, and I use my foundation brush, And I kind of use the bronzer as like a kind of a contour, because I want it to be kind of like a light contour, because this is a soft glam look. And yeah, I just use that on the hollow part of my cheeks, and also I go on my forehead just to bring a bit of deeper color and bronze to my face. I also use a Real Techniques buffing brush to just buff out where I done the bronzer, just to make it just a bit more blended in. And yeah, that's it really. It's a nice like brush. Next, I'm going to do my blush, and I'm using the Revolution Sugar and Spice palette, and I'm taking the first two colours, and I'm also using a random makeup brush that I have in my makeup bag, and I'm going to apply the blush from the apple of my cheeks going up to where my hairline is, and just going back and forth and making sure everything is blended. Blush is something that I'm also getting used to using, but it is very nice. To set my face, I use the Vitamin E Hydrating Mist, and this is something that you can use on your face without makeup or with makeup. I use it for both. I do also want to buy a setting spray, so please let me know what your fave ones are. And I just press that in using my sponge. For my lips, I'm going to be taking the Mirror lip liner in the colour Obsession. I actually saw on Twitter this is supposed to be a dupe for the MAC Chestnut, and I absolutely love it. It's a gorgeous brown, it's got a lovely consistency to it, and it's £1.50, so an absolute bargain buy. The last time I went to Superdrug, I bought like 3 so that I always had one on hand just in case I couldn't find another. But yeah, it's one of my absolute faves. And next, I'm going to be using the Revolution lipstick in the shade Chauffeur, which is a lovely pink kind of nude, and I think it's super complimentary for this makeup look. So if you wanted to keep it matte, then you could, which you'll see how it looks matte, which I do like a lot, but I also love gloss. So we're going to do gloss if you wanted to do a gloss combo. So I'm taking the Kiko lip gloss in the shade number 2, and I apply that all over my lips. Next, I use the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Fortune Cookie. I love this colour, and it's like a nice light pink, and I just apply that to the centre of my lip just to make it pop more. You can't really see it, but you can see it if you see me in person. You're doing the best that you can with the knowledge that you have, and that's how you have to see it. You know, there may have been things that you wish you'd done differently in the past, but if you were meant to, then you would have. And if you did do it differently in the past, then you wouldn't be thinking or being able to talk about it now. That's how I see it. So I think it's good to reflect. It's good to look at your past for things, for ways to do better, but I think it's important to not live in the past. And that's what another major thing that I'm really trying to work on, is being and living in the present, because that is super important. This is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this makeup tutorial. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe so you see when I next do a video. Hope you have a good day, and see you next time. Bye.